You know, guys, today's been one of those days where you just really don't feel like you're doing anything. Man, you don't feel like you're ever going to do anything today. You know, like, just, this is how Sundays sometimes feel. It's just weird. I feel drained. Like, it's just that, yesterday wasn't that big of a day. Or actually, it was since it was my sister's birthday. But I didn't really do much that day. So, wasn't that big for me at least. So, yeah, we didn't go anywhere like to like different states and all that stuff and all that crap. So I don't know why I feel so drained, so bored, so whatever. It's just weird. And plus, I had to do something very dreadful tomorrow. So yeah, like having to think about how Monday is going to suck tomorrow is just so horrible. You have no idea. You have no idea how horrible embedded math and English is. I have to do it every other Monday, and it is so horrible. Either I had to fill out I'm either I had to fill in the blanks of notes and stuff by using other notes, which is very useless and stuff since you can just be given the filled out notes and just look over those on your free time. Like instead, we had to do that. And then on embedded math can be a mixed bag. It can be fill in the blanks and notes, or have an entire like a 50, 70 page just gigantic packet of just math, like just some horrible math that my teacher thinks is quote unquote basic math. That stuff isn't basic math. But it's not going to scare me to right now, at least. As for today, we're going to be looking at a very special beacon setup. A beacon setup you usually find either in Georgia or mostly Florida. Sometimes, mostly Florida, I would say. I call this the double duo. So you're wondering, you might be wondering, what's a double duo? What is that? What is that? I never heard of that before. Well, I did show it off in a few videos, and I started calling this beacon setup the double duo. When I filmed this Long Lines Tower during the Florida arc, that's when I first called it the double duel, and it stuck with me. So yeah. So the double duel setup is basically two dual strobes that are placed at the top of on the top of a tower. So yeah, like it can be any sort of dual strobe, like an FH324, a 3000B, or the TWR dual strobe. I can never remember its name. So yeah, just call it the TWR strobe, dual strobe. Or the ITL just dual strobe as well. So yeah, it could really have any dual strobe. So yeah, as long as it has a dual strobe, as long as it's a dual strobe and there's two at the top, that makes a tower qualified to have a double dual. So yeah, that's what a double dual is, and I've been trying to I want to find more towers and win stuff with this. And I want to film more towers with this setup because this is a more rare setup. You don't see it too much, really. I don't think there's. There are two in my area, at least two I know of. I don't know the rest. I don't. Just it's whatever. So yeah, it's not really that common. So that's why I like to see it a lot. So yeah, today's video we're going to be looking at all the towers I filmed with double duels. So yeah, let's get into the video. So here's why I believe to be the very first tower I ever filmed that has the double dual setup. This here is one of the two infamous Springfield clone towers. So yeah, for some reason there's two towers in Springfield that look the same and have the exact same beacon setup, along with the same dead marker problem too, because their markers are both shut off and stuff and whatever. So these here are actually more they're actually special. The reason why is because instead of the both towers just having two dual strobes at the top and just one set of markers, that's it. These This tower, along with its clone tower in downtown Springfield, actually have four dual strobes, two at the top and two in the middle. So yeah, like it's very cool. I tried. It took me quite a while to catch a picture perfect frame of the beacons flashing, so I can show you how many sets of beacons this tower has. So yeah, like there it is. That is. Um, I still don't really know any nickname for this tower and its clone, really. So yeah, but this tower has two sets of 3000 Bs, two at the top, making this a qualified double dual tower, and two at the bottom for its second set. So yeah, it's night mode. It has the same night mode that the Rala Highway Patrol tower has. And if you guys don't remember what night mode that tower has, go to my channel and search up any video of the Highway Patrol tower. You'll eventually run into a video of it at night, so you'll see what night mode it has. And I also filmed this tower at night as well. Like I filmed this tower on night mode in this video. So let's look at that. All right, so here's its night mode. So yeah, 3000 Bs and stuff. So yeah, um, there it is. Well, um, instead of making you search for one of the Highway Patrol tower videos, I'm actually just going to show you right now since I'm able to just show you. See, that's its night mode. And as you can see, the markers are dead. They've been shut off. Alright, here's the brother of that one tower. And holy crap, hold on. Why is the quality so low? Man, I swear, every time I watch this video, the quality just very low, no matter what. Alright, so we finally got higher quality. So this is its brother, the tower we just looked at. This here is its clone brother. As you can see, it looks just like it, and it also has the same beacon setup. So it has two 3000 Bs at the top and two 3000 Bs in the middle bottom. Lower bottom, you can say, or I mean lower middle. That's why I should say that's. So yeah, and it also has two sets of markers, but they're not working since they're shut off. And it also has the same night mode too. This here is this tower along with its brother that we just looked at. Like these are two very special towers, and I'm very glad to have both of these towers be the first towers I ever filmed on the Big LT channel with the double dual strobe setup. So yeah. Funny thing is, this tower also has the same night mode flash rate as its brother. So yeah, they're literally just the same, but with a different truss and some other antennas here and there. A little different. Like I don't remember that bottom. That you see that platform there. Like I don't remember this being on the other tower. Maybe it is, but I probably forgot. Just immediately forgot. I should look back at that. So yeah. But yeah, there it is. Has two sets of beacons, and well, it has 4,000 Bs on it, which is very cool. And eventually, I did get to film this tower at night. So yeah, it's like it was during the fifth Springfield arc, so you can check that out. All right, here's that one tower that we just looked at night mode. That's just a little bonus since we're looking at the tower. So it's only best if I show its day mode and night mode. So I already showed its day mode in the form of just pausing the other video at the perfect frame where you're able to see the beacons flash. So yeah, there's that. And now night mode. Alright, so here is the tower we seen at the beginning. This here is the third tower I've ever filmed with the double dual setup. And sadly, this one does not have two sets of beacons like the other two we looked at. So, you know, it's still cool in my eyes, definitely, because of some factors that obviously the tower is a Longines tower. I like how it has different antennas on it that are not original to Longline towers. I know AJ Jackson doesn't like it, but I kind of like it when a tower that was used for one purpose is used for multiple different purposes. Like this here has cell antennas and it also has a small microwave antenna and stuff. So yeah, here's another factor that makes this tower very cool. Is that the tower actually has a beacon that shines white and red instead of some sort of um, single strobe that only shines white, or some LED that only shines white. And it also has two of them at the top, and yeah, it's pretty cool. And then here's the last factor. I believe this tower has an abandoned KG225 right below the dual strobes, or to be more specific, FH324s. Like, I zoomed into the video, and I remember seeing something there. Even Eric Pape actually pointed it out. He said that it looked like it was some old KG114, but when I looked at it, it kind of looked like an FH08. And then I looked at it again. It looked like a KG225. So I believe it's an abandoned KG225. So I believe the tower used to have the KG225 KG114 setup, which is the strobe and incandescent beacon setup, which is very common for Longline towers. So yeah, that's what I would think. So yeah, I think it would be cool if the incandescent was still on there as well, so it could have four beacons, though that could cause problems. Well, I mean it would. So yeah, there's that. Okay, guys, now it's just getting confusing. I thought when I seen this, I thought that was a KG225, but now it looks like an FH308 again. That's why I seen it. Then it looked like a KG225, but now it looks like an FH308. It's weird, but it doesn't look like any sort of incandescent. I have no idea what it is, but it might be an FH308 or a KG225. I would have imagined it being a KG225. Maybe it is, but the lens are gone, and and that's just it. I don't know. I hope that's some former beacon. So yeah, as I'm pretty sure, I think I might be one of the only people who filmed this tower. Like, this tower's not famous and stuff. There's no drone videos and stuff about it. So yeah, I didn't film this tower at night, but I at least filmed that day before it got LEDs. I don't even know if it has LEDs right now. So I have a feeling it probably does, because I did notice that I seen a lot of towers in Georgia that had double duals, and then when I checked New Street View, they all had LEDs. So yeah, I think they're trying to replace double duals, and this one's just a survivor. So yeah, I would imagine this one having an LED. So yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to film this at night. I don't think it's just going to be possible. Like, I only go down to past Georgia and all that stuff usually once a year, and once every other year, or sometimes or sometimes years in a row. Sometimes I go to Florida, or just go down to sometimes I go to Florida twice a year. That only happened once, and not both times, but one time. I mean, both times we did fly, but one of those times we drove home, since we had a rental car with us, so instead of flying back home, we drove home for some reason. But I liked it because I got to see towers I wasn't able to see during the plane ride. So yeah, I wouldn't imagine myself ever filming this tower at night because of how this LED takeover is going and how it's replacing. I noticed how the LEDs they always aim for the strobes, like the incandescents, like they get replaced later, but the strobes they get replaced sooner for some reason. I've seen it so many damn times, and I'm tired of it. So yeah, with the with how I usually see this tower once every year, and how the LED takeover is going, I just see no possibility of ever seeing this tower at night. Oh, and here's another factor. Even if it, um, the area that this tower is at, if we're driving to Florida, this is usually the area where the sun will set. Maybe sometimes it depends on traffic and the season. So yeah, but both to Florida and home, every time I'll pass this tower, going either direction, it'll be at day. So yeah, I'll never be able to film this tower at night. I wish I could. I really do. But, we have some hope. Let's hope that there's a video. Hopefully, some dude drove on the highway that this tower is standing on at night. I had to track the tower down. I did that quite a few times. It's close to Atlanta. So I had to track the tower down and look around for the closest town to it. So yeah, there's that. I hope to see a return. I hope to film this tower in the next Florida arc. Speaking of that, you know how I kept on saying that we were going to have another Florida arc in March this year. My parents kept on. I remember my parents said they wanted to go back to Florida in March next year, and this is next year, and we're getting very close to March. It's only January. February is only blocking our way. We have to get through that, and then we'll get to March. But now I found out that it's things are not all set in stone. So we might not go to Florida. Though if I sweet talk my parents, we might maybe. Here is the next tower to have a double duel. This here, just like the last tower, has FA324s. So yeah, but this one also only has one set of beacons. Sadly, it would be nice if it had two, because that means it'll have two. Yeah, two. I mean four. What am I? Four FA324s, and as you know, FA324s are my favorite beacon, even though even though they are pretty overused. But right now they're being replaced by LEDs, so we got to cherish them before they all go. So people will be like, hey, well, if they're very common, then it'll probably take years to replace them all. Well, I already know quite a few states that have already just completely been taken over by LEDs, like in a matter of I don't know, like maybe 1 or 2 years, so yeah, like that's crazy. So yeah, we have to cherish them before that happens, before they all get LEDs, because that will happen one day. So yeah, I give this tower a 10 out of 10 because of its double dual, the amount of antennas it has, and I just like the look of it as well. I like how the top, where it stops becoming where it stops shrinking in size, it's kind of thick, it's thick. So there's that. I haven't filmed this tower at night, and like I said earlier, I bet I never will. But this time here, it's even more certain that I'll never film this at night, because this here is just some random highway we took like once or twice to get to some historical city, and that's it. So yeah, we'll never ever go down this highway at night. So yeah, that's not a guess. That's the truth. Because my parents will never do something like that, never. So yeah, like there's that. It's just sad, but it's whatever. Hopefully, I do know one guy who drove down this very long highway where this tower is located at, but he hasn't reached far enough to see the tower and stuff because he was only in Florida while this tower is around Georgia. But don't worry, it's around state limits. Here's our next one. This here's the fifth one, and I think it might be the last. I think. I only remember filming like five, and then refilming them two. Well, refilming two of them at least. The other three, I can't do that because they're states away from me. So yeah, this one here is in Oklahoma. So yeah, it's like it's past Tulsa. I think that's how you pronounce that city's name. I think, but whatever. I think it has FH324s. I think that's why I think has two FH324s at the top, and I don't remember this tower having two sets of beacons, so it only has those beacons at the top. So yeah, and obviously I'll never be able to film this tower because I don't think I might not be able to see it again. Like my dad might want to take different highways and stuff to get closer to get to our destinations faster if we ever go to Texas again or Oklahoma, since staying down in Oklahoma City for like 2 or 3 nights or whatever how many nights sounds like a good idea that could that like my mom said that sounds nice to do like one day, maybe one day. Oh, I heard something. My dad's just like, here we go, touchdown. So yeah, like there's a game. So yeah, there's a tower. I think maybe there's a video of this tower at night. I would imagine, but I don't want to go searching for it, because I don't remember what highway this is on, and I don't know its location and stuff. So it'll just be extra work to try to find a video of this tower at night. So this tower is another pretty cool tower. So yeah, like it's a shame that there's a possibility that both this tower has an LED and that I'll probably never be able to see it again. Maybe, I don't know. So yeah, like I would imagine this tower having an LED right now for some reason. It's just whatever. I don't know how bad the LED takeover in Oklahoma is, but I have a feeling that it's probably somewhat like not like Missouri, like not as chaotic as Missouri or Ohio, but maybe like Texas. Texas has some LED replacements already, but not much really. Like they still have OG beacons on. Well, I mean, a lot of towers I've seen down there still have their OG beacons, and some other towers here and there got LEDs. Though it's the towers in Texas that got LEDs from this LED takeover is very very low, as I know of or as I remember. So yeah, there's that. So I'm going to have a little double check to see if I miss any towers or if there's any more towers after this that have the double duel. So yeah, I'll be right back. All right, so I did double checks, and this here is in fact the last tower I ever filmed with the double duel setup. Every other tower I refilmed, aka those two clone towers in Springfield, since those are the only towers I have access to, really, since the other ones are in other states. Isn't that sad? So yeah, like that's the end of the video. I'll see you eggheads later, but before I go, I'm going to tell you a little something. I'm going to be tackling the tallest structures in all 50 states. So this is going to take some time, you know. I had to search for every single tallest structure. I already did that, and I did find some results where I obviously known that they weren't the tallest structures, because there's taller structures like for Missouri. There's this one building that was like 600 and something feet, even though there's like two mass TV towers are both 2,000 feet tall. So like, come on, Google, get rid of the bull crap. Show me the real crap. But expect that video. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, whatever. I guess now that I said it, you really, I guess you can just expect it. So yeah, like. I'm going to be working on that this entire week. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and see.